We are currently on the Quantum of the Seas. I forgot to film when I was getting on the ship. So right now we are departing Shanghai. You can see how smoggy it is out there. So this is a 6-day cruise. We are departing Shanghai right now. There are 2 sea days, and we're heading to Kumamoto, Japan, and Fuku. I don't know how to pronounce it. It's like Fukuoka, Japan. And another. Oh, so we have a sea day, then the 2 cities in Japan, and then another sea day, and then back to Shanghai. Pretty nice though. Everyone here is mostly speaks Mandarin. Few English speakers here. So what sucks is most of the languages that they speak on this boat are basically Mandarin and English. You might get a little bit of Cantonese as well. Right now I'm on, I believe, the 5th deck on the area on the the outside area. And what sucks is, at least going back to the back of the ship, it doesn't, this like platform area, the area that I'm walking on, doesn't go around the ship like most ships do. So you can see how much the announcements suck here, because they're in multiple languages, so you have to sit through multiple languages. This is the theater area during our muster drill. So here's the map of the ship. And this is like the Royal Promenade area. We have a Japanese well-being center over here on the right. Right here is Wonderland, which is an upcharge dining. Here's the entrance to it. Looks pretty interesting. Does kind of remind me of Alice in Wonderland. And going back out. And then over here is a upcharge sushi place. Here's some of the food that they have. Over here is the bionic bar, which looks pretty cool. You can see they have 2 like what looks like kuka arms, and they can make your own mixed drink. They make your mixed drink here. And then right here, next to the bionic bar, is the Shore Excursions office, and it is packed. I like this little thing right here. Pretty cool to look at. But holy crap, it is busy. When we got on the ship, there were a ton of people out here just buying crap, because it's like they had their sales and everything. It's a really small promenade area compared to the other Royal Caribbean ships that I've been on. It looks like we have a little tech booth up there. I don't know what they're doing. It looks like just kind of sitting around. Oh, but I believe there's about to be a DreamWorks parade coming in soon. But I don't know where it's going to be, because this is a tiny promenade and there's still stuff right in the middle. So I don't know. Looks like there's a ton of people around here. I don't know what it's for, but there is a banner over here advertising their Wi-Fi. So maybe she's there to help out with the Wi-Fi issues. Going down, holy crap. So apparently that's the line for guest services. Luxury leather store. Looks like purse and stuff like that. A Coach store over here. Over here, I believe, is their cafe promenade. Because right now the Windjammer is closed currently, so everyone's here getting food. And Sorrento's, which is pizza. We have a pub over here, followed by Regala Jewelry. Oh, they got bubble tea. That's nice. Over here, get your drink packages. I don't know what's back there. Starbucks. Okay, so it's like a cafe area. La Patisserie. So, little cafe. Over here, we have Port Merchants. Looks like a store. I don't know. Yep, regular store. And over here, I don't know what this is. Looks like it's just a bar. Yep, another bar. I believe that's all for this promenade area. I think there's another one a bit down here. Okay, right next to the pub, we have got more of the Regalia store or whatever. Wow, it's totally different over on this side. Seems more elegant on this side. Wow, these pubs in the Regalia area are huge, because this extends it from here. Oh, looks like this might be a upcharge dining thing too. We got some purse store over here. I think this is the same bar. Nope, it's a different bar. Music hall. Very cool. Let's see. Up there is the Focus place. That's where they have the purchase your tickets that they take. Here is a purse store, a beauty store, cosmetics, another purse store. That was kind of like a shampoo or whatever store. World Theaters down here, sunglasses store. And here it looks like their game room. Oh wow. So this is like the nightclub area. This looks pretty cool. Kind of reminds me of the House of Blues in Orlando. Sort of. With the main area down here and the balcony area around here. Stumbled upon their Casino Royale over here, where smoking is allowed apparently. So far, it looks like we're still in China water, so none of these are working, and people are kind of waiting for a rope drop. Got some Casino War. So I'm looking at the map right now, and one weird thing about the ship is that they have a 13th floor over here. Very interesting. Most of the other ships I've been on, they leave out the 13th deck. So that's really weird. Don't know why. Huh. I have no idea what this is, but it looks pretty cool. I've got looks like an Italian upcharge area right here. A watch store. Jewelry store. I really like this. Next cruise planning place. Vintages. I think this is a cigar and a wine bar. Not 100% sure though. Wine, yes. Then we have a Japanese clinic. Now I wonder if they change out these, they have to change out the signs because a lot of them are in Mandarin. Here's the art gallery over at the back of the ship. And a cafe at 270 degrees. I don't know what that is. But it looks like a little... Looks like a nice area. Looks like a playground currently for the kids running around. This place is huge though. It kind of reminds me of the area in the back of the Allure of the Seas, but right before the area, the boardwalk area though. Oh, that's cool. They have a little swing right here. You can sit there. This looks pretty chill. Over here looks like they have a turntable on the ground of the stage. A balcony. I saw a bookshelf full of books, but I don't know if that's for decoration or what. You can see us heading down as we're leaving Shanghai. Just looking up one of the elevator areas. Oh, that's pretty cool. They have a little overlook area where you can just look down. Don't wear a skirt up there. But that's cool. This ship's kind of small because they have two elevator areas, as opposed to, I guess, opposed to a lower, which has 3. But I don't remember any other ships like the Navigator or Mariner or something like whatever those ships have, if they have 3 or 4 or 2 elevator shafts. Oh, I just noticed right in front of Schooner's Bar is Chop's Grill. Here's some of the food that you could get in there. Oh, and there's their menu. Cool. Also, they just finished the DreamWorks parade-like thing in their promenade. It's kind of weird because they have stands in the middle where they sold stuff, so they couldn't really move those away. And because of that, they could not. They kind of like danced around the stuff, and they used the stuff in the middle as like a kind of like a stage almost. It was a weird parade type thing show. Like, it wasn't as parade like as the one in Allure. Allure seemed like more like a parade where they actually had people like, you know, parading down and having a dance party and stuff like that. This one, there was way less characters here than the one in Allure. And other than that, it was a really weird parade. It was funny because a lot of you're supposed to stand on the sides of the parade, obviously, you know, and people weren't people weren't listening, and they were just kind of like going into the parade route to get around, to cross the parade route, stuff like that, you know. And that was I could tell that the people working here were not like, you know, they weren't having a good time with that, obviously, you know. Stateroom, and I like how the cards now are all RFID, so you just tap and the room's open. So we got an interior room this time. Oh, you need to put your C-Pass card in. So this is the interior room. Not bad. Pretty small. Oh, and we also have a virtual balcony, so you could see a live view of what outside looks like. And we have a little fake railing right here. And we do have a virtual balcony remote, but I don't think it works yet. I don't know. I'm sitting here pushing all the buttons and nothing is working. You know, the power button's not working. I don't know, and it looks, judging by the look of this, it looks old as crap, the remote. Also, no smoking. A lot of mainland Chinese people like to smoke. One good thing I like about Royal Caribbean, since we are in Royal Caribbean, we could use our American plugs as opposed to the Chinese plugs. And I think this is USB? I can't tell. That might be a USB plug, or maybe something else. I don't know. A light or something? It's weird. We have a little closet thing in here. And just like the Allure, we do not have our own life jackets. I believe we get them at our muster station. And here is the restroom. I really like this. The shower seems bigger here. than the other one, than other cruise ship showers. Pretty cool. Right here, restrooms look the same as any other ship, basically. And it looks nice. I believe like this whole ship looks very well furnished. You know, everything looks pretty contemporary, pretty nice. But yeah, this is the grande dining room. See the bionic arm doing its thing right now. It's interesting to see that it's all in like Chinese over here as well. So here in deck 11 and 12 is the Adventure Ocean, which I believe like the kids club area. I think they're closed right now, so I'll see you then. Here's the other deck, deck 12's Adventure Ocean lobby area. So one interesting this ship has is this little board to figure out where you are, to do English, and they're all set to Chinese since we're in China. If you departed from China, you can see like, you know, deck maps. You can see all the maps of all the different floors, you know. So that's neat. Going to the main menu, you can see like, you know, where all the bars are, or the entertainment. Oh, we have movies. Let's see what movies they're doing. I don't get it. Okay, I guess they don't give you a schedule. They just kind of tell you where it is. But yeah, pretty interesting, you know. Gonna be like onboard activities. So this is the Solarium Bistro, and it looks like for the China cruise, they are serving hot pot, which is basically you get your own pot and you kind of dump your own raw stuff in there and cook it yourself. So it's pretty interesting. I've had hot pot places I've had hot pot in other places, so it's kind of interesting to have it on a boat. So we have this thing called a sea trek. I have no idea what that is, but it looks like it's closed right now. I see two backboards in there, so maybe it has something to do with lifeguarding. I don't know. We have an indoor pool area. I have a feeling this place would be pretty full because a lot of Asians don't really like to get tan. And a pool bar in the back over there. Here's a better look at the pool area. And two jacuzzis inside. And on the other side looks like we have a towel return place as well. So this is neat. They have life jackets for you to rent out for kids. I don't remember seeing this at other ships that I've been on. So that's pretty cool. And right here is your towel return / rental area. So this is the outdoor pool area. Looks like they're playing something to do with the Red Bull or something, and we have a giant black screen right there. Oh wait, is this the Flutog or whatever? Oh, it totally is. As you can see, pools are closed out here. Same as the jacuzzis over here. Very interesting to see the screen on the side as opposed to like in the back or in the front. Oh, up there is their little sky island in the sky kind of thing. I believe it is an upcharge, so that kind of sucks. So this appears to be the whirlpool area, so it's kind of like a lazy river type area. I remember being the Allure of the Seas having one as well, so that's cool. Right here looks like a little kiddie area, pool area with a 0 depth entry, and it looks like another pool thing down here. I don't know what. Oh, a little kiddie pool right there. And right over there we have noodles, dim sum, and milk tea. So that's cool. I really wonder if these change when this ship goes to America, because there's so much like Chinese signage everywhere. Interesting too, because it certainly looked the part. And there we go, the performance part. And like if this changes out as well, like the noodles, milk tea, obviously like the food tends to change, you know, from region to region. Because when we were eating in one of the dining rooms, we had like a Chinese like hot sauce, you know, which I've never seen on any other ship before. So we have some upcharge food here. So this is some of the dim sum and noodles you can have here. Oh, and all the prices here on this stuff is in US dollars. So even though this ship departed from Shanghai, it's all in US dollars. This is neat. I don't even know if it works though. I don't know where you would put money in. That's cool. Oh, I came across this area. Place where you could look down and see all the way down to the promenade area. Oh, this is awesome. This really reminds me of the one of the ships I've been on in the Princess line. The Regal Princess, there we go. Yeah, when they have this going on the outside of the boat. Kind of scary if you're afraid of heights. So here's the living room, which is the teen club area. It looks like they're out right now on the Ceplex deck. Ceplex deck is 15. Oh, and you see, they have little pod things you can watch TV or movies on. And books. Right here is a coastal kitchen, which I believe it's the changed out some of the windjammer, section off some of the windjammer for upcharge dining, I believe. But they're closed right now because it's like almost 10. So here's the Challenger arcade. Oh no, not a bad size, pretty big. Here's their sport deck area. So right now they're doing basketball, and I believe I see some bumper cars over there too. So they have bumper cars currently parked on the side. Some foosball and I think I hear air hockey somewhere over there. Have some looks like hockey goals thing over there. Oh, there's the air hockey up there. And here's some of the bumper cars. Oh, that's cool. They have multi-levels to store them in. Looks like we have a hot dog place right here. So far, every single one of these machines, I can't remember the name of them right now, have been out of service so far. And right back here, we have some random boxes. Pretty random. And a wheelchair elevator. Neat. So right outside of the basketball court area is the jogging track. We have this bigger thing right here, and a really small rock climbing wall. Man, this thing is tiny compared to the one in Allure. Actually, even the other ones too. This is really small. It's maybe like 3 stories tall at most, maybe 4 at most. So this is a ripcord apparently by iFly, which is the wind tunnel thing where you could skydive. And the flow rider's up top. So here's their flow rider. And then right up here is their skydiving tunnel. that the hot dog truck house thing kind of looks like the bus smashed through the window. That's neat. So upstairs at the C-Plex, we've got some ping pong. Looks like some foosball and some air hockey. More ping pong over here. More of these bumper cars. And you can play Xbox apparently. And it's in Chinese apparently. Very interesting. We got Lego something. Avengers. Don't know what's going on over there. Something. That was like in German. Interesting. We've got a fighting game. I can't really tell what that is. And more Lego Avengers. So here's Fuel, which is another team club area. Here's an overview of the outdoor pool area. We have, I think his name is Marty from Madagascar. And the sky right over here. And there's that little floating island thing again. I believe the floating island is an upcharge. I'm not 100% sure though. Same with the iFly skydiving, indoor skydiving thing. I think that might be an upcharge as well. Here's a North Star bar, which is another bar. And here's the overview of the indoor pool area. Here's the entrance to the Vitality Spa. And we have a deal going on right now. Space is limited. Gotta book now. And here is their fitness center. Get your towels here. And a lot of Chinese. There's their classroom area where they do their workouts. I have to say, walking by these rooms, the furnishing in the areas around here look very nice. Like all these furnishings and like the style that all the, you know, on the wall and everything just look very contemporary. Looks good. So I'm walking by these staterooms and I'm noticing that as I'm going by, with like turning the corners, it seems like these lights get brighter. So they might be on like a sensor thing going on. You know, especially when you're turning the corners around. That's nice, conserving energy. So over in Deck 13 we have the conference center, which is like where people do their conferences, and I think it's on the whole back of the ship. But as you can see, no entry. So it looks like we'll never know what it looks like. Because it was a bitch to get back here. Gotta walk through so many staterooms. Like, you had to walk through so many of the stateroom hallways and everything to get here. Kinda sucked. Oh, time to walk back now. I have to say, the artwork here on these walls are very random. Like, I don't get it. Okay, look. It's kinda dark right now. But maybe if I go up. Okay, they're not getting, there we go. It's getting brighter. There's a sensor right there. Interesting. Very interesting. At first when I noticed it, I was like, wait a minute. Did it really just get brighter? Wasn't sure. But I think it did, because I think I heard a click as it started getting brighter. So in the room I noticed 2 bottles of water here. I don't know if they gave it to us or I don't know. We brought them, I can't remember. Also, you can see our virtual balcony. Can't see shit outside. And it's sponsored by Sharp, apparently. So here's the American Icon Grill, one of the restaurants. We'll be eating here tonight as well. This is pretty cool. Alright, just came in our room and noticed this fruit plate. I have no idea why we have it, but interesting. Oh, we have dragon fruit. I love dragon fruit. And they say, welcome aboard. From the food and beverage team. Don't know why we have that though. So right now here in the Solarium, which in normal cruises it's a adult only pool area, but now for this ship, it's apparently a area only for like gold and silver sea pass holders. So So it's pretty cool. They got a some jacuzzis down here and a little step pool right here. That kind of like a couple pools kind of flowing into each other. Pretty nice. All right, from the Solarium, apparently you could go out to the side of the bridge, which is pretty cool. It's gonna be probably really windy out here. I don't know how to open this door. There we go. Oh, it's not that windy. I can see the side of the quantum ship and people's balconies. It's not very windy at all. I'm surprised. I don't know how to get to the front over there, unless that could be crew. It might be crew only. I can't. Nope, it's definitely not crew. Well, it may be. I can't tell if that's crew only or not. Have to find a way to get up there. Unless it's not crew only. I don't know. I can't tell. Man, outside of the Solarium, it is very loud and busy here in the indoor pool. Like, holy crap. Oh, and you see the island in the sky kind of doing its thing up there. Here's a line for ice cream, it looks like. Because it looks like there's only one machine running. And right outside is not as busy. Because most Asian people don't really like getting tan. So it looks like the island in the sky like thing, North Star as they call it, is a Guinness World Record apparently. Interesting. Looks like the black pixel like area, like the black boxes in the TV, are now fixed. And there's the North Star up there. I mean, to be honest, I don't know what you could see on the North Star, because it's just gonna be the exact same view as right here, just all ocean around us, since we're crossing the ocean from or the Yellow Sea, I think it's called, between China and Japan. So the view's gotta kind of suck up there. And it looks like you might need reservations to book to do it. Like, there is nobody tanning out here on the upper deck. You might get some people tanning on the lower deck over there. It's just like night and day here between the US ships and the Asian ships. So many empty spaces up here, but all the spaces in the shade are taken. I think the only thing, the only way the North Star would be pretty worth it is if we were in like a port of a city or something. But that's pretty cool. It does go pretty high. It'd be cool to be on that thing in a city. So here's a balcony room, and we could go outside. This is one of the weird balcony ones, so you can see this is the portal balcony. So one of the edges shaped like a circle. All the other ones are more rectangle. Uh-oh. And my GoPro fogged up. Okay, now that my GoPro screen is fogged up, took it out of the case. Now it's way better. It's super humid out here. So let's say they have a Shrek meet and greet out here.
Thank you.
This Shrek's eyes look kind of different though.
Thank you.
Compared to the ones I've seen in Universal and all that. So right now we're in a show here, and right now this is a standby line, and there's a reservation line, which is right here. And they just tap your SeaPass card and go in. I don't know what this show's about, but it seems interesting. So this is interesting. Looks like they have some projection mapping. They kind of pull the screens down in this bar area, And they have some projection mapping on there, so you can see like the floating candles and everything. Very interesting. So here's apparently their library up here. So you see some Apple computers and a printer here. And some books. And more books. It's kind of weird how, oh, and some board games. Kind of weird how the library is connected to this little area where like the show is and everything. It's kind of weird.
Strike the pose. Strike the pose. Strike the pose. Strike the pose.
So one thing I noticed is that it's interesting how this pub on this boat has chopsticks and like Chinese decorations all around. Very interesting. It's selling fish and more fish and some kind of spiral potato thing. Also, there's like a fake sale going on random merch here, and all the Chinese people are going crazy over it. So this is pretty interesting. This little artwork where you see this guy driving around with a dinosaur behind him, and I guess he's flying away. This is so weird. Very interesting.
Without them, our fabulous technical team. We've got sound, lights, our wonderful spotlight operators, backstage led by our production manager Luis, and of course, the Quantum of the Seas Orchestra.
那请大家快快请坐休息一下，同时呢也要介绍一群平常见不到龙山真面目的后台工作人员，那也是我们的灯光师、音响师、2位可爱的追光师，还有所有的后台技术团队，谢谢 ，Thank you， 那我们这样操大有我们的帅哥们，谢谢你们，所有的音乐家。
Whole other show backstage, isn't there, guys? Woohoo! Now, ladies and gentlemen,
It looks like we got our first towel animal. I think it's either like a king cobra with its thing over there, or maybe a bear wrapping with its arms wrapped around each other or with itself. And we got some custom declaration forms for Japan and some other crap for tomorrow when we reach Japan on day 3. So one thing I noticed is that the little baby pool right over here is actually a wave pool, like a mini wave pool. That's so cool. I've never seen anything like that before. Also, one thing I noticed was that all the security guards on this ship have body cams, so that's pretty nice, you know, to protect us and the security guys, personnel themselves, over any incidences that may have happened. So that's cool. See, there's a long wait for bumper cars as they're getting ready and throwing the bumper cars into the road, onto the thing right now. You see them throwing pushing the bumper cars onto the track right now, or area right now. You can see how long the line is. It's pretty long. But they have a ton of cars, so that line might go by fast. Oh, and apparently they have a roller skating on this little basketball court area too, so that's cool. So this is what the chic restaurant looks like in here. Pretty elegant. Well, the second towel animal we got is like some kind of a dog elephant hybrid looking thing, and it looks like we are invited to a special event, but it looks like it's some kind of art gallery thing. I don't know, but yeah. And here is cruise compass number for the 4th day. So one interesting thing is that all of our suggested attire for all of our days are casual. They do have formal days, but apparently they're optional, since I guess like Chinese people don't really like do formal days, you know, or they can't really get them to do them. I don't know. Like there are days where I'm seeing, like, I remember when I was doing Royal Caribbean ships in like the States or even in Europe, you know, long pants was mandatory to eat in their dining rooms. But here they don't really care, you know. They're just like, hey, you know, you wear shorts, we don't care, you know. So it's very interesting, you know, the different clienteles. Also, kids running everywhere. I know this is the heat of the summer for mainland China, so a bunch of mainland China kids are here and they're all running around rampant and everything. But yeah, it's pretty bad. Lots of screaming everywhere, parents not paying attention to their kids, you know. It's pretty bad. But yeah, also there's about like 88 people apparently that aren't registered from mainland China. Everyone else on this ship, like I think like 4,000 people, is from mainland China, so they way outnumber us. So back at 270 over here, they have a Cafe 270 which is open random times of the day, and they have different types of food. You can come here for breakfast and get the amazing roast beef sandwich. But what sucks about this place is that they don't have, even though they have beef au jus, they don't have horseradish sauce like the other place, like the Allure of the Seas that we were on. And there's usually like no one back here, or not as many people back here, and it is awesome. Also, they have some upcharge coffee, Seattle Best coffee up here too. And then you just basically sit back here in the 270 lounge. And what's really cool is that right now, those screens are on like Kuka arms, and we used to watch a show in here last time, and they were like moving around. It was really cool how it was like the whole like bar would move up and down, and the Kuka arms would basically do their own thing. Right now it looks like they're doing a advertisement on in Mandarin about different cruises you could take. But very cool. It looks like they're playing a movie here, like some Chinese movie, I don't know. But I think they were playing Star Wars here earlier. And in 3D too. Looks like tonight's tile animal is a real elephant this time, with trunk and everything. Also, can't see anything outside of our balcony because it's dark. Also, one cool thing is another, like the other RCL ships, is that Royal Caribbean ships, is that they have a DreamWorks channel. But what's funny is that in this ship they have a Chinese DreamWorks channel as well. So it's like different, like same movies but like a different time schedule in Chinese. So that's interesting. You know, on the last full day of the cruise, I just noticed the elevators have a day on the floor right here. You know. Weird, because the older ships I remember it being carpet. You see the North Star doing its thing, and the fact that there's nobody out here. Might be a little fogged up because it's very humid out here. Man, it's so dead out here. And this is a sea day too. This place is a madhouse right now. People are like grabbing things with their hands, cutting in front of other people. And like the people working here are like, please use tongs. Please use tongs. And we have two little bear things walking that way. This is the Windjammer for dinner time at around 6:45. It is a madhouse. Pretty insane. Long lines for everything.
由于现在是用餐的高峰时期，以及帆船餐厅有限的座位，对此我们表示
You
深
can see
感
the ice cream line is pretty long over here with the hard scoop.
餐的别克可以将您
There is no sense of a line. Looks like everyone just kind of crowds up.
或正在寻找座位。
So it looks like they're playing a game of soccer here. And it's kind of weird because I don't see a single Asian person playing right now. This might be where everyone that's not Asian is playing soccer right now. Considering there's only 88 non-Chinese people on this ship. This is a good chunk of them right now. Here's the outdoor area again, the last sea night. It looks like there's this little bandstand slash DJ stand right here. I haven't seen it being used at all today, or on the ship at all. Apparently it's open, you can go in. Interesting. And here's the indoor area. Also, one weird thing about this ship is that there's no set dining times or dining rooms. It's all basically anywhere dining. You have set dining times, like I have an 8 o'clock dining time, but I could eat at any one of the 4 restaurants that they have here. So it's kind of weird how they do that. You know, you could eat at every day you could eat at, eat at one of the restaurants for every day you want, but the weird thing is the menu doesn't change. I mean, well, the menu doesn't change. That's what's weird, so it's like you kind of get sick of the same food over and over again, but yeah. So this is the silk dining room, very Asian themed.
It's alright, I checked.
Very red. So it looks like there's a silent DJ going on here, and it's pretty interesting. Especially, I've never seen a silent DJ here on a cruise ship before. Seen them at Epcot during New Year's Eve though, and they're just as awkward on a boat as they are in Epcot, without music, that is. I want to talk about while it's really windy, you may not hear me. On this ship, the clientele was okay, not probably the worst clientele I've ever had on any cruise ship. A lot of especially in like areas where, like public areas, kids are very loud. Parents don't really control their kids. Granted, I've never been on a ship, in the States at least, during like the middle of summer before, so this is the middle of China's summer, mainland China summer, so a lot of kids on this ship. Also like a lot of like line jumping, especially when you're going on places where you're coming out, like let's say you're going into a port and you have to go through like passport control and all that, and immigration. A lot of mainland Chinese people will try to like line jump you by like sending, kind of like sneaking by, if any gap you have between you and the person next to you, they'll try to get by there and saying like, oh, acting like they have someone in front of you, or like sending their kid in front of you and then being like, oh, my kid's up there, or something like that, So that's really annoying. And also, it's like a madhouse in the Windjammer buffet area for like peak times, like lunch and dinner times, probably breakfast too. I've never been here for breakfast, so I don't know. But you know, everyone's grabbing everything. You see people with like a whole plate of like fruit, lychee or something like that, you know, like a whole plate of lychee, you know, and they probably won't finish it all. You know, I walked by and I saw a table full of this lychee shells, just laying on there, not even like, you know, neatly put on a plate or something like that, you know. So like the person who cleans the table has to like wipe all of the shells into a plate or something like that. They're just sitting on the table. But on the upside, the staff on this ship was amazing. I have never had, this is probably the best staff I have ever had. Very friendly, you know, even though they had to I feel sorry for them because they had to put up with this clientele, you know. A ton of friendly, amazing staff. Tonight we had dinner at the Silk restaurant, and the staff there was the best wait staff I have ever had on any cruise ship. Like, granted, the outside we were on was very like dead, you know, and these guys, even though maybe it was their like, you know, last night, you know, party or whatever, like, you know, happiness, but they were all very friendly, very happy, you know. One weird thing was like, you know, for most cruise ships when they do the final, or for the final, like, you know, meal, they'll have like, you know, the whole parade go around the whole dining room, and everyone's like, you know, waving they're waving napkins. But for some reason we had a dragon costume, you know, where like, you know, you had the person in the front and the person that's the back of the dragon. So that was really interesting. I'm not sure if that's unique to the Silk restaurant or maybe just unique to the entire boat, to entire ship. If all four of those dining rooms had that dragon dance thing, you know, going on, and then they all danced the Gundam style and all that. So that was pretty interesting, and they were really into it. Granted, our area wasn't very busy, so, you know, we probably had a lot of staff that was, you know, not really doing anything. So that was pretty funny, you know. But yeah, overall, probably the best staff on this ship. Well, we're back in Shanghai right now, smoggy Shanghai. And the cruise is over. Had a little trouble. The gangway was broken, so we had to move the ship up like 9 meters, but after like, what, 3-hour delay, we're finally getting off. Alright, just got off the ship, and goodbye.
好了好了，哎，2个800好不好？好吧，好吧好吧好吧。可以，小心脚下啊，小心一点。
This is such a mess right now. People are coming in to check in to the cruise, and while people are leaving because we had a late start. It's so loud here. Also, there's no air conditioning, so everyone's just sweating, and it's so loud. People are just yelling everywhere. Such a mess. So it's a good thing to, at least for check-in, come in late, around like 4. We came in at 4 and we had like no wait. We just walked right in pretty much. But checking out, I don't know. Maybe leaving late is good too.